Hi everyone, it's Joshua Barks here with Keller Williams Realty Boise and the Barks & Co. Real Estate team. Here's this week's update on what's happening in Ada County's existing housing market, so the resale side. And boy, things are still crazy out there. Our inventory is down again week over week. We have 479 available homes on the market. 197 of those were listed in just the last week. Last week, though, we had 503, which is still incredibly low because typically what we see this time of year, or at least what we saw this time last year, was in between 800 and 1,000 listings available in the month of July. Now, our demand is still very, very strong. We have 1,061 homes that are pending overall, which is down slightly from what we had last week, which was 1,078. That's likely due to the amount of closings that we had in the last week because we had 241 homes go under contract in just the last 7 days, which is still incredible. The number of sales, like I said, is up. We had 254 that closed in the last 7 days, whereas last week we had 170 that closed, which is pretty typical for what we see this time of year. I anticipate July to actually be a really strong year all the way through probably the middle, maybe even the end of August. Though if our inventory doesn't come up, those number of sales is still going to struggle to come up year over year. We did see fewer sales happen in the month of June this year than we saw June of last year, but like I said, a lot of that has to do with inventory because it is a strong seller's market right now. It has never been a better time to sell than it is right now in the Boise area. It is just absolutely incredible because inventory levels are so low. Interest rates, though, are penting up that demand, and because just this week they are below 3% as a national average. So 2.89, I believe, is a statistic that I saw from Freddie Mac, which is the lowest it has ever been in 50 years. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, talk to your real estate professional because now might be a good time for you. It might be a good time to wait as well, depending on what your situation is, but you never know until you have that conversation. So please feel free to reach out. We'd love to sit down with you and even video chat about what your options are. Now, one thing that I've been getting with sellers specifically in this market is because of the lack of inventory, they're wondering, well, gosh, I would sell, but I have nowhere to go. And I just want to let you know and assure you that we have ways around that as well. So if you are in that position where, man, you really want to sell, you want something bigger, or maybe you even want to downsize, or maybe it's going to be your first home, but you're struggling about what you would actually buy if you did sell or things like that, reach out to us. Reach out to the real estate professional that you trust. And I know that if they're good at what they do and they're monitoring the market, they know exactly how to structure those offers and negotiate on your behalf to make that a win-win for you. We've been getting sellers free rent back, where they get to stay in the home for maybe 2 weeks or a month after closing so that they can find a place. Or maybe we're selling it contingent upon you finding a place. There's just so many options out there, and I don't want you worried about not being able to find your next place to stop you from selling if that's what you want to do. So reach out to us. My number is 208-914-1095, and we'll stay tuned for next week's update on the numbers so you can stay informed. Thanks. Have a great weekend.